Hi to everyone. Hey, Germano. So,
Hello, guys. Thank
so
you very much.
today we have a guest, Germano, and he is a very good friend of mine. He is also a personal trainer, and he's also the founder of Be Your Superhero. Do you want to say something about yourself, Germano, to my friends?
Sure
About
thing,
yourself?
sure. I am Italian. That's important fact. However, I've been living for 10 years in the Netherlands. So that's awesome. I'm adopted by this beautiful country. Yeah, well, I'm a sociologist, I'm a trainer, I'm a coach, been doing plenty of stuff. Interesting enough, my background doesn't come from sport, comes from bad lifestyle, being fat, sick. So really evolved through the past 15 years into a different person, developed a lot of times, worked a lot of times on my personal development. And once I do that, I start helping other people reach their full potential. So that's in few words, also a little bit of the introduction, perhaps, of
Also
what we're going
helping
to
me
talk
to reach my full potential for the past like 3 years or so.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes,
I am
yes,
also your baby, your product. One
yes, you are. And
of
I mean,
many.
you're becoming a beast. So now I think it's almost about time that you're gonna start training and coaching me.
Sure. Well, anyhow, today we have a conversation about biohacking. So I have some questions prepared for you, and let's see what we can
Yeah,
share to others today. So, can you explain shortly a little bit about biohacking, what it is and what it does?
yeah, absolutely. Well, we heard about hacking computers, systems. Biohacking is something new. However, it's new dimension to explore where we actually are hacking our own physiology, our own biology. So lots of times you can hear, no, I was born with the bad genetics, I was born with this, or there are people, yeah, you have a good genetics. But the truth is that, yes, of course, genetics is extremely important. So our mothers, fathers, so to say, have an impact on that. However, there's such a huge potential where you, with certain activities, certain actions, certain lifestyle, certain habits, maybe we're going to talk about in a while, we can have an impact on that. So you can actually go to a different state, to a different level of your own body and mind performance. So you can have an impact on your own biology. So that's a recap with biohacking of a sort of activity, actions you can put in place to actually have absolutely a result on that. In this sense, to improve it, of course.
Yeah. You also have any things you want to already say about like what activities you could do to help your body to hack your gene and get healthier, stronger?
Yeah. Well, in few words, I would say everything comes to the batteries that are in your body. So lots of people think it's the muscles. Some people think it's the brain. Some people think it's the gut. Well, of course, everything has a absolutely an important dimension. However, the cells that are the batteries that are in your cells are called mitochondria. I
Yeah.
recently spoke about this also in a live with my own network, but that's basically something to emphasize on because every activity you're going to put in place are going to have a good or a bad impact on these batteries, on these
Mhm.
cells,
Yeah.
on these mitochondria. So basically, having high level of mitochondria in your cells will give you an higher, better chance to perform a higher energy in your brain, in your body, in your cells in general. So there is a world behind. There are so many activities that are extremely important. But I mean, one thing we all heard, of course, maybe we can introduce is nutrition.
Hmm.
And that's basically what I would like to point out often when I'm training on coaching people. When I started many years ago, I was immediately saying, hey, you gotta eat healthy, you gotta not eat processed food, you don't need to eat sugar. So, certain usual things. However, it was extremely important in the last 4 years. I'm really telling, hey, if you are eating junk food, you're having a bad influence on your mitochondria. You're gonna have lower energy the day after you wake up fucked up. So if you have good food, good fuel, that's basically why you're having a good amount of energy in the body
Yeah.
for you.
I actually have discovered myself that by eating constantly fresh vegetables from market,
Yeah,
I've already hacked my body to a point that I start craving the right things.
yeah,
Is exactly what biohacking literally means, you know? You
yeah,
plant a seed and many, many, many will come back, you know? And if I keep on eating fresh vegetables, I just
yeah.
becomes a part of my life, you know?
Absolutely. Look, it's basically more. Well, we are a car, right? We are a machine. We're a perfect machine. In order to perform, we need fuel. Imagine if you have a beautiful car, you have a beautiful Ferrari, and you put there really shitty fuel, or even no fuel at all. Because what's happening is that when you eat processed food, it's pretty much empty of nutrients. So
Mm-hmm.
what is gonna happen? Of course, you're not gonna have energy, and you're gonna wake up not motivated. And maybe we talk about link energy motivation. But if you have nutrients, if you have there, you're gonna wake up fully charged. And it's not only about nutrition, there are other elements as well. But that's one of the huge, huge, huge components of your energy. So nurturing the body with good fuel. You mentioned, for example, vegetables. We could talk about, I don't know, all the natural source of food, almonds, nuts, avocado, banana. Think about spinach, kale. Think about having especially food with nutrients. In that sense, I would say also biologically, possibly as much as possible organic. I also eat meat. However, it's best quality, best source ever.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't demonize immediately meat, or I wouldn't demonize salt. I would say it's extremely important the source, where it comes from. The quality needs to be packed with good nutrients. If it has toxins, that's the first moment that we're gonna start lowering our level of efficiency. Our mitochondria are truly destroyed by toxins, molds, uh, all chemicals. For example, think about all these people using a lot of perfumes, a lot of deodorants that are full of metals, aluminum. This is constantly destroying your body. Of course, our body is able to put out these toxins as a good system to detoxify. However, if we have toxins in the air, toxins in the food, toxins in the water, in whatever you do, you're gonna somehow not be able anymore to detoxify your body. So yeah, that's basically why nutrition needs to be as clean as you can, 80 to 90%.
What are your favorite like drinks that would sort of help you to get to a good level of energy?
I would
Yeah,
say water,
fun.
and I think it's so still underrated, underestimated how important is water. And everybody I train often are feeling to the idea of 1.5 liters per day, which is absolutely not enough, especially when you start performing certain activities. So I went up to 4 or 5 liters even, and I'm not that a tall guy. But imagine when you see bigger people or with higher intensity. So I would say, of course, needs to be checked with the physician based on your profile about the water. And of course, I would add water with lemon, possibly in the morning. There's Q10. It's like an internal shower for your body. Juice is also good, but good to have a good balance between fruit and veggies to don't have too much sugar.
Mhm.
Something to remember: sugar is increasing your inflammation, is lowering your immune system. is allowing your body to pack more fats, something we don't want. So I would say also another important element is broth, right?
Yeah.
I think you, Maga, you use a lot of broth, right?
Yeah, use broth, but I've a little bit switched to more probiotics, so like kombucha and kefir.
Super.
I use that
Yeah.
for my
Yeah.
smoothies every day almost.
Yeah, well, I think also one way to hack immediately your moods, your energy, is taking care of your gut. And
Mm.
that's basically your second brain. Lots of people think emotions are here in the brain, while actually it's proven by science emotions are in the
Yeah.
gut. Of course, they are both, there is a connection there. But I would definitely put a lot of effort on making sure that you have a very good and powerful gut. So probiotics, for example, help on that. Broth, uh, good amount of veggies, for example, but making sure that you don't have an issue there. If you repair your gut, you're already improving already much more your mood, your energy level, and then we can go one level deeper, for example, to the mitochondria, as I was saying before.
Yeah. Do you think also supplements can give you that effect of biohacking?
Yes,
Have
absolutely.
the
Well,
same like
I mean,
probiotics that we can take in a pill?
look, we talk about nutrition and there is a universe behind, and I know we all hear about so many different types of diets. In that sense, I would say definitely, for example, I go in a second to your question. Fasting would definitely help that, just to close the topic of nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and keto also in certain days can also help, and that increasing the fats, decreasing the carbs, that can help. Although I'm not so much into this super strict things for all your life, so it's always good to have a balance. And in terms of supplement, of course, supplements are there to supply or what is missing. So I think if the food is there, is great. You really can definitely go. You are here at your max. Supplement can help you to go a little bit higher, of course. But I wouldn't say, okay, your food is already not at the best, and then you use supplement to try to overcome. So we definitely fix first nutrition, and then if you want to increase that level further, there are about 30 different supplements, 30 to 40, that are proven by science that can help definitely the performance body mind used
Mm-hmm.
by athletes, lots of athletes, but not only, also people need to perform at mental level. Think about public speaker, think about coaches, entrepreneurs, managers, high level, CEOs. So I would say one I would definitely recommend you to look into is coenzyme Q10. That's also extremely good for the brain performance. I would also consider ashwagandha. That's an amazing one, which also decrease your cortisol. So it can be taken in the morning, but also in the evening, really to relax, to have a very powerful and recharging sleep. By the way, used by tons of athletes. I mean, I know now people might sound, what is this thing? Is a hippie thing? No, no, proven by science, used by athletes on a daily basis. So
Yeah.
coenzyme Q10, ashwagandha. If you're not supply already really well, exposing yourself with light, and if you live like at this more or less side of the world, if you are close to the center
Oh,
of the world, you don't
yeah.
have problems with
But
vitamin D. But I would say that's an important one. Otherwise, you need to use it. Probably use a very good source of vitamin D. With vitamin K is absorbed better, and again
mhm.
have an impact also on your mood. Yeah, to finish the list, I will go to five because otherwise there are 40, and that's way too
Okay.
many. I would say creatine if you're also training, and you heard it in people training um, sports. However, it's one of the most important one and science based that are gonna help your brain performance. So that's extremely important. Last but not least, I'm using it a lot, and it's a rhodiola. Rhodiola house is extremely good, like ashwagandha, also to decrease your stress. Actually, both the rhodiola and ashwagandha are using cases of burnout, for example. But besides that, basically recharging your mitochondria, your cells. So you're putting back lots of, imagine you're plugging again your cells and recharge them. That's why they're used for burnout, but that's absolutely can be used by anybody. And what I love is that it's not like coffee. I'm taking it, I'm having a high level of energy, and then I will level it down because that's what coffee does. I love it, but that's I'm aware of this. Boom, boom. While these supplements are actually making you perform higher level, that's it. They're just increasing your energy, and if you are, there are adaptations as well, so that if you are you need to relax, they are not gonna still making you super active. So you can take them even before sleeping, and I'm talking about ashwagandha. So I would say look into that. I've used tons. I've used lots, and I also use them in a cycle. I don't want to overdo it, but I think yes, supplement can have an impact there after fixing the nutrition.
All right. The next question I have for you is like, from if you are training your people, is there like most important things that you tell them and suggest them to change in their lifestyle so that they could receive the most energy possible, such as
Yeah,
nutrition and activity? What else
yeah,
is there that you suggest people to try out to receive the most energy?
yeah. So I usually start with the basis of nutrition, training, and some lifestyle habits. Of course, if somebody comes to me and is already not yet having the nutrition in the right place, I'm not gonna go to the super nerdy biohacking stuff that might sound a bit too much. But
Yeah.
if somebody is already at a good level and really wants to improve or needs a quick boost, or for example, has been like me recently a father, or like is a manager or an entrepreneur, have had also this client, then I propose the next level of actions. And besides nutrition, training, some lifestyle habits where I actually try to also put back in place the sleeping. So I hear more and more lots of people start to sleep after watching 2, 3, 4 hours Netflix, or even 2 hours Netflix on the phone or the computer. They just usually go to sleep at 2 or 3 o'clock. So if you know how the body works, how the hormones are produced, you know that, for example, especially for us male, but not only, there are some hormones produced from 10 to 2. Actually, there are peaks around 12 to 2 in the night. So if you're not sleeping there you're going to lose those hormones.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, of course, you can produce them the day after. However, that's going in a cycle every day. That's not gonna give you a good level of energy. Therefore, sleeping pattern needs to be there. And what I mean by that, often you hear celebrities, singers, actors, high-level managers. They go to sleep 7, 8, 9, or 10 in the evening, latest. And
Yeah,
that's the
with the
reason behind
sunset.
that. Sorry,
I said with the sunset and then wake up with the
with
sunrise.
it. Correct. Yeah, because basically we evolved by actually with the sunset going after a few hours of fire, of red light, then we were going to sleep. And that's what is not happening. We had the light, thankfully, of course, but we keep staying on. And what happens more into our biology is that our body doesn't decrease the cortisol level, which is your stress hormone, to actually have the melatonin level to increase and prepare us to sleep and prepare us to produce all the hormones we need. So what happens there is that by staying on at 9, 10, 11, 12, you are not going to have a good sleep. You're not going to have the hormones you need. Therefore, there are some hacks that you can immediately put in place for this. So I
Yeah.
recently recommended also to a young father like me, who is also a manager, as a young kid at all, didn't have any energy anymore. I simply give him, besides all the simple package of hacking tools, I also told him, look, put in your house some red light. That's what biohackers have, and that's really popular. You need to balance the level of light you have after the sunset, have as less as possible blue light and green light. So during the day, you can use glasses blocking the blue light in front of the screen. Some people say, no, but I have the screen with the night mode. Unfortunately, this by science is not proven that it's really going to help you to start producing melatonin anyway. So what you need is red light to put on your house. Or if you can go to the next crazy level like me, you use glasses like this. These are sundown. There are many brands. You can choose among the one you want. I don't use them every day, but just in a day that I know I really need to recharge myself, I simply keep going on. I can even keep using my phone or my laptop, or I read a book, but I just simply put these glasses on. And
Mm-hmm.
as you can see, they're
Stylish.
just simply red light.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep functioning. And therefore, your cortisol level would anyway go down, melatonin goes up, you start producing all the hormones, and you have an amazing sleep. Since I'm putting on these hacks in my life since 4 years, when I sleep, I tell to my wife, I sleep like I'm on holiday. I wake up. Now, even though it is disrupted sleeping with the baby, but I wake up. I've been on holiday every night. I am in the sea. I am enjoying my life. I am doing something beautiful during my night. I remember my dreams. So my brain is really traveling. Is good. It's
Nice.
feeling really good. Yeah.
I really have to try the red light glasses. Actually, I've never
Yeah.
had them, but I've just recently
Please.
also listened to a podcast about the light, and actually the guy that has the company with the daylight glasses and the night vision glasses. He's
Yeah.
also talking uh, about the sunlight coming through in the house. So basically, you can make a house with the right windows that also needs to be perfectly with the light that comes through, so not the
Yeah.
window that's going to protect and the light actually not going to give you energy. And then after sun goes down, you can switch on like some candles and then live that way, basically with no light in the house,
Yeah. Yeah.
just the electricity you need, of course. But then actually this is very doable.
It is. Of course, I understand that we live in different patterns. However, if you want your body and your mind to perform at optimal level, you gotta recall your own biology, almost at the level when we were in the cave, or pretty much close to when we were even evolved to farmers.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you work optimally. So we woke
Yeah.
up with the light, we went out, started doing some activity in the nature. So that's also another hack. Try to be in contact with the nature, and it's not just for the mind, but it's also to really absorb and energize. It can be contact with the water. Maybe we can talk about the cold water, like you do, Mana. So
Yeah.
re-energize the cells, and that's how our body evolved and works perfectly. And I can assure you that there was no depression and there was no obesity thousands of years ago when
Yeah.
we were doing this lifestyle. So that's the reason. And we were not waking up and opening the fridge and eating. So
Mm.
that's we gotta think what was the lifestyle back then? The body worked great. And we think okay, there was no technology, there was no medicine. Yes, of course, there was no heating in the house. I
Yeah.
understand that there are some gains here from this lifestyle we're doing now, but we're losing a lot.
Yeah. Okay, just to round up this conversation, I have the last question for you. How does your goals and achievements relate to the biohacking?
Yeah,
So,
well, that's a good question. Mara, maybe you know my story. I was really like, I was on a wheelchair. I couldn't walk. Doctors told me very clearly, you're not gonna walk and you gotta use wheelchair crutches. I had a better trad is a bed. issue on my immune system. So think about it. My immune system was attacking myself. That's something wrong, right? It's not that I got a virus or a bacteria. So my body was not in balance. So I understood with years you can put back that imbalance. Now you think, hey, you're not a doctor. Well, lots of doctors I'm in contact with, they want to also invite me in certain conference because basically when your body is not working well, there are some ways how you can put it back in balance by making it work as it should work. So in terms of goals, if you think that I was not walking, of course, when last year, even during the pandemic, I even managed to do enough Ironman outside competition with a friend. Yeah, well, I think that was already a goal and achievement I managed to reach simply because I put in back in balance my own biology. So I would say biohacking is definitely helping me to perform in sports, not as a professional, but I would say still in an average good level to have some fun, explore many activities, but also is allowing me to be a better person because when you have more energy, you are feeling motivated. And again, energy and motivation goes hand in hand
Yeah.
because I cannot wake up fully motivated to the things if I feel crap. So I think that if your body biology is very strong
Yeah.
and your brain is good, your gut is good, also you're gonna feel then motivated
You're
to do
also
something.
doing some breathing exercises, right? To have like a
Yeah,
nice mindfulness and
4 years, 4 years, 4 years, 4 years. It's 2017. Actually, was yeah between 2016 2017. Since then, I never left breathing.
Mhm.
Then I have some mindfulness. It can be meditation, visualization, where I visualize myself in beautiful place. I really travel like it's beautiful, like your brain. You can trick it, and then you are feeling it, and your body's adapting there. I even have a workshop once again this year with Master University with the business school. So now more and more science is telling us how these things work. Therefore, why not making the best of it? And I am using, yes, a lot of breathing regularly. And that's basically my morning breakfast. And then I wait, I do a fast, so I'm not eating until lunch, or sometimes I take it a little bit longer. Then the first meal is always packed with good fats. Um, and I usually have always a training. We didn't talk about training, but I try to keep in balance. Also, there all the skills. So to keep some elements of interval training, which is the best for the mitochondria. Then some strength training, which is great to increase the neurotropics, so the performance of the brain, and some cardio, which is good for the cardiovascular system, but also to stay good in shape. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, then I have another good meal, and then I start doing again some work. And I try always to relax in the evening. The reason why using relaxation, and I use it with some of the people I also train a high level, is because by doing relaxation, you also decrease your stress level and your stress hormones. If your stress hormones are down, then your mitochondria go up. So that's the biology that's there for a reason, and
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
Nice, Germano. Thank you so much for this conversation. I hope people will listen to it and learn something and
Yeah,
will maybe start doing some changes for their own life and getting good
yeah,
energy
for sure.
again, right?
Yeah, I'm super happy to have more chances to talk about this. Even putting together online training and coaching. Let's do some promotion. Why not? No, but it's pretty much also you can download the free guide that is in superherohabits.com,
Yeah.
and then you can take it from there, and we can stay in touch.
I'm going to leave your details in the video in a
Yeah,
description. Yeah,
yeah,
and
sounds
then
good.
people
Also
people
gonna
can
go.
check you out and what you're doing. Yeah. Thanks, Germano, again.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, and we talk
Ciao.
soon. Ciao, bye bye.